you hear me?
I can just see you.
Is this thing on? Can you hear me? Alright, good. Let's go. This is definitely the dumbest $50 I've ever spent. That's actually not true. Alright, you wait here. I'm gonna go announce something. Everyone, the zombies community is back. The Smith place said so. It's a renaissance.
Yeah, so, the zombies community's back, I guess? Welcome to another episode of World Record Runs, How It's Done. This is a series where we take a look at world record runs from Call of Duty Zombies and see how some of the best players in the world are achieving new heights in Call of Duty Zombies. Today, we're looking at Ascension. I always felt like Ascension was the OG easy map. I remember back in the day playing zombies with my friends, and me, of course, being the hardened zombie player I am. I wanted difficult and challenging maps like Shangri-La and 5, while my friends, who played zombies less frequently, noobs if you will, they wanted to play maps like Ascension. Ascension to me always felt like a playground, but a boring one of those overly safe playgrounds. You know, what can you do on Ascension? If you want, you can train by the lander, walk in circles for hours, and then if you're bored there, go run circles by the Pack-a-Punch, and then, if you want to have more fun elsewhere, go run circles in the spawn. There's so many training spots in Ascension. Where's the challenge? You're just walking in circles. So Ascension has deservedly built its reputation of being one of the easier Black Ops maps, and this does beg the question. If Ascension is a map that a player of really any skill level can pick up with relative ease, what are some of the best players in the world able to do with Ascension? That's what we'll be exploring today. We'll be looking to see what goes on in world record runs and how players are able to squeeze every bit of efficiency they can out of Ascension in pursuit of world records. Hopefully along the way we can pick up some tactics and tricks to make us better zombies players. Or we can just bask in the greatness of these zombies players too. That works as well. Let's jump into it. I think we should kick things off with the man who is essentially the king of Ascension, Phoenix, who holds right now the Black Ops solo world record and the co-op world record on Ascension as of the recording of this video. And for his solo world record, Phoenix reached an incredible feat of 240 rounds. And it's actually a fairly recent world record. It was set only a couple months ago. This game took him 70 hours to reach that point, which is when the game reset. As far as strategies go, on the surface, it's a relatively simple strategy. He's running a trade strat with the Thunder Gun, so he's running trains around the Pack-a-Punch with the Thunder Gun. He'll round them up, blast them with the Thunder Gun, and then run back into the Pack-a-Punch room, and by doing so, this makes the zombies spawn slightly faster. They're going to spawn in the Pack-a-Punch room and jumping out those windows rather than spawning out of the ground outside of the Pack-a-Punch room. By coming here immediately after killing the zombies, this kind of flips the spawns in there and just makes the train run a little bit faster, decreasing, I should say, your SPH. And I'm sure watching this strategy, many of you will notice that you're going to run out of Thunder Gun ammo pretty quickly. A lot of times you'll see people using traps in their high round runs so they don't have to worry about using things like the wonder weapons and then running out and having to go hit the box, but this is just a simple old trade strat where as soon as you run out of Thunder Gun ammo, you're going to Pack-a-Punch it, and then once that runs out of ammo, you're then going to have to hit the box. So between a regular Thunder Gun and a Pack-a-Punch Thunder Gun, you're going to have 42 shots, which means you can kill 42 hordes of zombies before you're going to need a new Thunder Gun. And just based on how many there are in a round, a new Thunder Gun will have enough ammo to get you through every round up until round 105. After round 105, you're going to need multiple Thunder Guns to get through the round. And the number of Thunder Guns per round will continue to increase as the rounds increase. So by the time Phoenix had reached round 240, which is when his game reset, he would have needed 6 Thunder Guns to complete the round. And this begs the question, is it worth actually constantly trading out your Thunder Gun for a new one? And how time consuming is it to keep spinning the box? Would your time be better spent running a trap strategy so you don't have to worry about hitting the box? Now, when you consider that high round runs are also a race against the reset timer, this needs to seriously be considered. The estimated Ascension reset time is around 71 hours, so you have 71 hours to get to as high a round as possible. On Ascension, you have just 2 traps on the map, and neither are really optimal to be used in tandem in a specific strategy, and judging by the fact that Phoenix had chosen to hit the box a bunch rather than use the traps, I'm inclined to think that constantly trading out the Thunder Gun and letting luck control your fate is actually more efficient on average than using a trap strategy. Now, of course, the dice could just completely fall out of your favor. You can hit the box a million times and waste a lot of time not getting the Thunder Gun, but on average, you should get it relatively quickly. Talking to Phoenix, it seemed like he was able to get the Thunder Gun back in around 4 minutes or so. So you just have to count that into your strategy. Can you make up that 4 minutes by running the traps? Probably not. So you do, when you're running this trade strat, have to be good at spinning the box, because some of the locations like the power room and mule kick are not too easy to hit mid-round, and that's where something like the awful lot absolutely comes in handy. And one of the ways to make this trade strat more efficient is by actually incorporating some of the traps into your strategy while you're spinning the box. For example, if you're spinning the box by stamina up, they will sneak in a few horde kills with the fire trap, and this way you're not just completely on standstill while you're spinning the box, you're able to get 1 or 2 horde kills in. But there are absolutely some really difficult spots to hit the box. For example, if you're doing it by where mule kick is, it's not that easy to train in there, and sure, there is a trap not too far away, but right there you might just be more focused on spinning the box and getting the box out of there as fast as possible. It is important to note that you don't need to worry about cycling through the Thunder Gun every single round, since you do have insta-kill rounds to take advantage of. In fact, these are all the insta-kill rounds between round 163 and 240. And if you don't know, because even though I've talked about this a bunch on my channel, I still see people ask me in the comments, insta-kill rounds are a bug that happens in the game after round 163, where sometimes the zombie's health gets glitched, and as a result, you're able to instantly kill the zombies. That's what's going on here. This isn't a hack. It's just a bug in the game that happens after round 163. So roughly half the rounds you don't need to worry about trading out your Thunder Gun because you can use any old weapon. And if you're curious, Phoenix will spend his insta-kill rounds by the rocket lunar lander, and he's using a Pack-a-Punch M16. The way he cancels his room is that he will shoot zombies climbing out of the windows, but then will take care of zombies coming through the big hallway by speed cola with the grenade launcher. The grenade launcher has a massive blast radius. That noob tube, believe it or not, is one of the main reasons camping here is possible. So he can just chill up here, let the zombies flood in, blow them away with the noob tube, and then just pick off zombies crawling out of the windows. And because of where he's standing, the spawn is really fast, so he does have to take care of a lot of zombies quickly and be on his toes. However, with that M16 Pack-a-Punch and the noob tube at his side, he's able to mow through the zombies really quickly. That's how Phoenix was able to reach round 240 on Ascension solo. And a quick fun fact about this game, if 240 wasn't impressive enough, Phoenix actually downs himself twice at the start of the game to remove Quick Revive from the map. He's doing this because it will actually delay the reset. The way resets work is that Zombies is constantly counting the number of entities that have existed on the map throughout the entire duration of the game. So, if you remove Quick Revive from the map at the very beginning of the game, that is one less entity that will be counted throughout the game. It will actually delay resets. So, Phoenix had decided that in order to give himself more time to reach round 240, he's going to just play with one Quick Revive the entire game. So, that makes this run even more impressive. Remember when I said that Phoenix was the king of Ascension? Well, that's because last week he and Capino were able to reach round 174 on co-op, which is the current co-op world record. And it's a hell of a game because they blew out the previous world record by 14 rounds. What's really cool about this record is that this is the first time we've ever seen somebody reach insta-kill rounds in co-op. So this was the first time anybody had ever gotten higher than round 163 in co-op. And just to give you a sense of how much longer these co-op games are than solo, this game took 67 hours, and they were able to reach round 174. But in solo, Phoenix was able to reach round 240 in 71 hours. So it's kind of funny, there's a difference of 4 hours between the solo world record and the co-op world record, and that 4 hours translates into an additional 66 rounds, which really just goes to show you how many more zombies there are in co-op than solo. Now their strategy in co-op is much the same. During normal rounds, they'll train in the Pack-a-Punch room with the Thunder Gun. You'll see that Phoenix is the white player, thus the zombies will tend to path towards him. So Capino will often take the lead while training since zombies are less likely to target him. During insta-kill rounds, they do have a different strategy. You will find them defending the top layer of the spawn with Unpack-a-Punch M14s, so shout out to the M14 gang. This is really impressive to see insta-kill rounds in co-op. This is the first time in the 10 years that Black Ops has been around that anybody has ever seen co-op insta-kill rounds. Like, this is a feat for Zombies history, so this is actually incredible. And to everybody calling this fake because they shouldn't be able to kill zombies with M14s at this round, please do go watch my insta-kill round video so you can understand it and not sound completely dumb in my comments. One interesting thing that they would do is that if there was a monkey round falling on an insta-kill round, they would actually prevent the monkey round from coming by downing themselves. This way they didn't have to miss insta-kill rounds, and they can instead skip a normal round, which would be a longer round. So by having the monkeys come on a normal round, you can get rid of the longer normal rounds and save your insta-kill rounds, which are traditionally faster. And because you have unlimited downs in co-op, this is a neat little exploit you can do, and you don't really have the same freedom in solo since your quick revives are limited. That's pretty much, though, Phoenix's strategy in co-op, and I don't really have much to say other than hail to the king, because as holder of both the solo and co-op world record, Ascension is Phoenix's domain. Congrats. Moving on from Black Ops, let's take a look at see what people are doing to reach high rounds in Black Ops 3 Ascension. When it comes to solo, currently 14 people in the world have reached the max round of 255. Sitting at the top right now is I'm Convicted, however, the gameplay you're looking at is from NXG, the best. It, to be honest, really doesn't make that much of a difference though, because everybody is running virtually the same strat, and I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to this strategy, it's very straightforward. He's simply running an arc-shaped train by the lander that you originally fly in on at the beginning of the map, and you pick off zombies using double pack-a-punch weapons. You'll notice though that he's not running in circles, he keeps his path in an arc shape. This is because if he was to run in circles, this would mean that he would need to directly run through the path that the zombies are running through, and that's just not worth the risk and the randomness. It's safer to stick to an arc, that way he never really has to worry about dodging zombies and getting out of their way. What is interesting about this strategy is that it works well in co-op as well. Currently, Exile, Skips, and Maxi hold the world record, which is round 170. And you'll see in their gameplay they're using the same exact strat. But what's kind of wild about this strategy in co-op is how easily somebody is able to just stand in the corner while the other person is training the zombies. This, of course, makes the rounds easier because one guy can stand in the corner and continue to pick off zombies with alternate ammo types, while the other player can just focus on training and not worry about turning around and killing the zombies with his weapon. It creates a very clear separation of roles. You have one guy in the corner picking off zombies, and one guy worrying about training and staying alive. That, though, is the basic strategy for reaching high rounds in Ascension on Black Ops 3. There's not that much going on there. That, ladies and gentlemen, are some of the solo world records on Ascension, as well as some of the co-op world records on Ascension. If you enjoyed this video, maybe give it a like, possibly subscribe for more. I'm going to be continuing to cover world record runs in zombies, so if you enjoyed this video, I'm sure you'll enjoy the next one. Next week, we'll be taking a look at world record runs in Call of the Dead. Again, I want to give a shout out to Phoenix for helping me with this script and giving me insight into his gameplay, and I also just want to say hail to the king and congrats on being an absolute beast in Ascension, and well done to him and Capino for being the first to ever reach insta-kill rounds in co-op. It's a hell of a feat. I'm going to go. Have a wonderful day, and bye.